Good day and welcome to this tutorial on how to mock up your logo on an image just like this. Today I will be using my logo of this YouTube account as the example, and we'll start off with this box as a nice basis for our mockup. So the first thing we want to do is create two rectangles for both of the sides of the box, and both of these rectangles should be turned into a smart object in the settings when you right click the layer. So when you double click that layer, then it opens another file that's the smart object, and then there you can give the rectangle a color, and when you save the file you will see in the original file that the rectangle now has that selected color. So the next thing we'll do is go to edit and then select perspective warp, and then we'll just line up all corners with the corners of the rectangle. Then we select warp and we'll line up all the corners with the plane of the box that we want to line it up to. So now just duplicate this process for the other rectangle, and this should give you two flat rectangles to work with. You get one file for both of these rectangles, and they're basically flat planes to work on. So then we get to the next step, and we can open our smart object and place our logo in there. So the next thing we can do is scale our logo down a little, and then when we press the check mark and press Ctrl T, we can move the logo around with our mouse and then align it with our purple lines so it is in the center of the screen. So now with it deselected, we can press W and select our logo by going over it. Then we can go to adjustments and select U/saturation. And then when we select that one, it automatically creates a mask in the shape of our logo. And we can adjust the hue and saturation for this, and it only adjusts the area of the logo itself. So the same thing goes for brightness and contrast. We can bring the brightness down, contrast a little up. Then when we go back to saturation, we can check the colorize box, then give a color to our outline and drop the saturation a little. And this way our logo is clearly visible. So then we're almost done. Just apply the same mask by pressing Alt while clicking the mask and sliding it down to the layer. Then just save the smart object and go back to your original file by clicking it at the top left. So now we just repeat the same process for the other smart object. I'll just skip through that a little quickly. So now it looks okay, but it's not quite realistic yet, so we have to make some adjustments to make that work. And we can do that by taking the base color of the actual side of the box and applying that to the base color of our logo itself in the smart object. So we can just select the base color by double clicking the rectangle, and then at the color menu at the top just put in the same color code as what you just got from the eyedropper in the original file. And then again just repeat the same process for the other side. And then the best and most realistic adjustment we can do to this is changing the blending mode. We can do that here, and we just change it from normal to soft light, and you can see the beautiful result. And the next thing we can do is select both of our smart objects and make them stand out a little more with an adjustment layer in the same way as we did in our smart object layers itself. So now we're all done and we have a nice image to present our logo with. So now you can just export it as an image and you can use it just like this one. So I hope this tutorial gave you a little insight